Okay, so guys, you know what I sound like. Most of you I've worked with, so you're familiar with me and what I'm like. Yeah, sorry, Rhonda, you've put your hand up.
Sorry, I just have a question as to
Yeah,
what
yeah.
preparation have you done in advance? Have you done
Preparation.
any
Well, I
in?
mean, I've been working with Spirit this morning, 8:30 to 9, doing some teaching. Then 10 till 11:30, doing some more teaching, and then 11:30 till 1, I'll be doing the dem, or not all that time, but some of it. And I also then sat in the power for half an hour before I started at 8:30. So I was sitting with my team, basically just kind of connecting to that universal power, just to prepare myself, kind of mentally. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good question. What do I do? Probably more than I should. But yeah, if everyone could mute themselves for the time being, if we get to the question and answer bit, then Julie will ask you to stick your hand up. My team will tell you what they want. That I do know. Okay. So the room was ice cold, and I had a fleece on because I was literally shaking with cold, and my heating is on full. So we'll see what happens. I think I'll just, excuse me, loosen it slightly, but I just feel a little bit kind of funny at the minute. So that's just the way I'm going to explain it. Now, I'm going to spend a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, going into that power, going into that connection with my team. By all means, type in the chat box what you're noticing, what you're feeling, what you're sensing, what you're knowing. Use all of your faculties. Every one of you is a medium. So there's no pressure on me, apart from the fact I've got maybe 23 other mediums watching me. All right? No pressure, Andy. Anyway, I will see you in a while. Okay, guys, let's make that connection now. Yeah. Welcome, my friends. Welcome to a great gathering of souls that hold something sacred within their hearts, to a gathering of like-minded people searching for answers, looking for understanding, finding out who you really are, which, as you well know, is not just the person that you look at in the mirror. You aren't just this man or woman. You aren't just a mother or a father. You are more than a brother and a sister, or even a friend. You are an aspect of God as a creative force. You are part of the great consciousness that resides within everything. You are so much more than you realize, my friends. And this will not be a revelation to many of you. But for some of you, you may be looking for those answers that have eluded you. To answer the question, who am I? Where do I fit into this world? What is it about my spirituality, my mediumistic ability? What can I do with it? How can the spirit world work with me so that I may be of service not only to others, but also to feel that I am being of service to myself, that I am fulfilling a need within my soul to occupy a place within my heart that fulfills me. Many of you may have joined this journey that we call mediumship through an inquisitive mind, a mind that asks the questions why, how, where. And as you have explored this part of yourself, it presents a mirror to you, and it encourages you to look more closely at who you really are. Where there are cracks within you, where life has damaged you, where maybe your body has responded unfavorably to this process that we call life, where it has placed challenges upon you. It may have disabled you. You may have become infirm in some way. Yet always recognize the fact that these are opportunities for growth and self-reflection. Often we look to a greater power to ask, why do I become faced with such difficulties? And the answer is that you are capable of taking them. Like placing an iron into a fire. We are applying pressure. We are applying heat. And we are forging you into something that is stronger. As we beat the metal, as we cool it, and as we repeat the process, like the challenges that you face, It makes the metal stronger, and so does the experience of life make you stronger, wiser, more than you were. Sometimes we look to this God and we say, why have I been unfortunate? Why have you placed these troubles at my door? And there is an aspect of your soul that would welcome the opportunities of growth. Because, my friends, the truth is, you are so much more than you realize. You are so much more than you know. As you go through this process of life, you are just an actor in a play. You are born at the start of the play. You have a character. The character will live their life. The character will pass to the higher side of life. And that soul gets a new chance of expression within a new opportunity that you call life. Life is an eternal process of being within this spiritual realm or being as a human. And the wonderful thing that you have to realize is that you can choose to take part, choose to be another character, choose to learn something else, and know that whatever infirmity, whatever issue you have faced, it is not insurmountable. It is not something that you cannot get over, and it is not something that will kill you. It may transform you once more to the spirit discarnate, but it does not kill you. It textures the fabric of your understanding, and then should you choose, you get to decide whether you take it on once more, whether you are up for the challenge that you call life, whether you seek to further the understanding that you have, that your soul is in a receipt of all of those experiences, that you are taking on the mantle of life, and you are doing something great with it. There are many challenges that you face. Growing old is one of them, but with age comes wisdom. And what would life be if it wasn't an opportunity to share your wisdom with others? And is this not what you do? Whether it is a client or a work colleague, whether it is your loved ones or those that love what you love, every day is an opportunity to share your wisdom with others. To say, my friend, that this is what I have learned today. This is my reflections of a life that I have lived, whether it has been wonderful or filled with suffering. And most of you have experienced all of those things. Life is an opportunity for gaining this wisdom, insight, reflection upon what has been. But remember that it is in the past. You know, my friends, that this life that you experience is one that should be lived in this moment. I cannot worry for what has been said, and I should not worry about what is yet to be said. I worry about what I say now. And what I say to you is you should cherish every moment that you have. And that should not be a surprise to any of you. We should not say to you, you should cherish it. But sometimes we seem to be on a journey where our eyes and our heart is closed to what is happening around us. We should be open to the world as it is, with all of its faults. You may bemoan your governments and those placed in charge of your care, but you are not a passive observer in your own life. You are in charge of this life. You are in charge of how you think, what you say, how you react. Allow the life that you live to be one that fulfills you, one that fills you with happiness. Do not seek to be like your neighbor. Seek to be who you are. Seek to find what makes your heart sing, what brings you great joy, what makes you wake up in the morning and say, my friends, this is a great day to live, not a great day to die or to suffer. Death will transform you one day. But when that day comes, look back at these days and say, I did the best that I could. I approached life with open eyes, eyes that a child would have. A child looks at the world and it sees opportunities for growth, even if it does not know that growth is what it is doing. A child looks at the sky with wonderment. It sees the faces in the clouds. It uses its imagination to bring happiness within its own mind. Allow us to live our life like a child, to see the wonder of walking among the forests, to feel the excitement of having the sand beneath your toes, or as you wade into the water and are reminded that you are still alive. In effect, we have people that are walking dead, people that are waiting for a day to come to them that is yet in the future. What we want you to be is people that are alive to your senses, people that are alive to what is happening around you. Life is an opportunity, and it will come back to you should you choose. But do not forget that it is sacred. What you're doing and what you are experiencing is sacred. That your connection is not to a computer. It is not even to each other. Your connection is to all things. When the Creator made everything, He gave awareness to everything. Consciousness is in everything. It is a creative force. The thoughts within your mind are creating tomorrow. The thoughts within your mind are affecting today. And the thoughts within your mind are a memory of yesterday. As you hear my words, you may feel the reality of them. But also remember to feel my words. Know them. Feel the thoughts that emanate from me. You are in a great minority where you vocalize what you say. You speak. Some of you understand each other. Some of you may not. But the universal language is one of mind. My mind to your mind. And the body is not involved. Consciousness is speaking to me. Consciousness is speaking to you. It is the force that connects us, that creates us. Consciousness is a power. It means awareness. So what are you conscious of? What are you aware of? And if it does not resonate with you, what will you do about it? Sometimes it feels that we look to others for the answers. But if we are truthful, sometimes we just seek for someone else to make the decision. That is the truth. Sometimes we want someone else to say, here is the direction, follow it. And we ignore a compass that resides within us, that knows which direction we wish to go in. But we seek to silence it and to give that power, that opportunity to someone else and say, you tell me, where should I go? I hope I have given you something to think of, to consider, but do not take it as a spiritual law. Take it as a perspective from someone who has lived and someone who continues to live. I am a pilgrim on the same journey as you, my friends. I am here expressing myself, working with the boy, as we seek to have new perspective of what it is to be human, what it is to live the experience that you call life. But I would challenge you and say, how many of you are really alive? Really alive to what is going on, how you are living, what is important to you. Remember, when you pass and you become a spiritual being, free of the infirmament of a body, what do you take with you? What is important to you? I will tell you, you take nothing with you but the thoughts and the memories that you have accumulated. The great riches are not those that are earned or bought. The great riches are the deeds that you did. They are your legacy. They are what your ancestors left for you and what you will also leave. Your legacy is your actions and your deeds. Please remember this as you move through that journey that you call life, and understand the wonderful person that you are. You may look to others and say, weren't they a wonderful person? They may be your pioneers, those that you admire. But what about you? Can you also not be a pioneer for a new way of thinking, a new way of acting? Can you not also be an inspiration to others? Can you not be a light that shines into the darkness that surrounds them? Can you not be someone that motivates another to get out of bed in the morning? Can you not be someone that smiles at a stranger and says, hello, pleased to meet you? Consider that you may be the last person that someone speaks to. Think about what that memory will be to them. Was the last word that they heard a word of kindness? Was it a word of upliftment? Think about this. Consider it. Consider what your legacy will be. Now, my friends, if you wish to ask questions, we are happy to receive them. So we leave it to our friend here to continue the next part.
Does anyone have a question? Lena, unmute.
Thank you and good morning. My question is a little bit more development based. I'm trying to gain a better understanding from the perspective of spirit. So since you're all spirit and we're all one spirit, teachers talk about sitting in development for long periods of time, maybe several years, to do trance mediumship. But I'm having a hard time understanding why this isn't something that can be instantaneous when we're open to having, like when I call my team in for a full blend and I want one of my team members to fully and completely blend with me for the task specifically of trance speaking, to get that full blend and that full overlay like you're doing now. Since we're all spirit, why does that take so long to develop? Why can that not be something that's instantaneous?
Yeah. It is a good question, my friend. There is a relatively, and I use the term loosely, relatively simple answer. You must think about what restricts us from a mediumistic point of view when we are developing. There is the sense of trust that is built between you and those that guide you. There is the sense of fear that we need to let go of to a greater degree. But there is also a relationship between you that is developing as time goes on. Now, those that you love in your real physical life, do you love them as deeply now as you did on the day that you met them? Or has the journey been one of maturing, one of reflection, and the ability to understand them greater than the first day that you knew them?
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. But isn't it different when we're all spirit
Yes, but what is
versus being
holding
physical?
you back, my friend? What is holding you back is the fact that you are spirit in this human form, and that all the frailties that the human brings to the proceedings, like how, why, where, all of these questions that are coming into your mind. You have this presence of spirit with you. But the questions that hold you back are all of these questions of authenticity, the things that the ego worries about. Is it me? Is it my friends? Is it spirit? How do I allow them a voice? Quite simply, you speak. And we occupy that space within your mind, as you well know. You have been on this journey of understanding, and you know, to your complete satisfaction, what held you back was you, not us. It is like saying to a newborn child, I want you speaking a language fluently. They are as new a spirit as you are likely to come across. They have just been incarnated into this physical form. So by that question, I would say to you, why are they not the greatest trance mediums that there is? They are a new representation of spirit. They are just fresh from this realm. And yet why, without the encumbrances of a life where we learn what holds us up, why do they not speak in this way? Because you have to have a channel that is open, that has an understanding of a process, that is able to put into place steps, methods, ways, that is able to open up their heart to the presence of love and understand that that is what they're doing. That is able to have an occupation, a function within the medium's development that says, I am here to allow you to feel the presence of healing, the presence of philosophy, the presence of mediumistic awareness. You hold yourself back. When we have a mindset that I do not care what happens because I am open to learning, we free ourselves of the shackles of the weight that is upon our shoulders that makes us ask us questions. Why, how, who, when? Why, how, who, when? Why is Spirit working with me? How do they do it? Who are they? When will it happen? You seek to have a guide, then allow a guide to guide you. You seek to have them influence you, then make yourself receptive and open to them. If there was a magic pill, my friend, do you not think that someone would have made it? If we could click our fingers and make you all that you can be. But look at the great folly of doing this. If you seek to know everything without the toil that is taken in the process of learning, what wisdom do you have to share with others? What do you know about making a connection? What do you know about the troubles and the issues that you may have? Unless you have experienced them yourself, there is great wisdom in toiling, in working, in knowing. And then when someone new comes to you and they says, my friend, how do I do this? And you speak from your heart that you had the understanding through your own toil and effort. Here is what I have learned. Here is what it meant to me. And here is why you may be experiencing something similar to me. Sometimes it is not where we end up. It is the journey that took us there. That is where the real wisdom is. That is the journey. That is the point. We do not worry where tomorrow will take us. We think about where today has brought us. And that is through our wisdom, through our shared connection with the boy that has taken us to this moment to be with you, to be sharing our thoughts, our time. He is the culmination of all of our efforts. We sit here as his student, and he sits as ours, as our equal. We are learning from him in the same way that he learns with you. You teach him as he teaches you. He learns from you from your questions. You are the teacher and the student. Have I answered your question, my friend?
Yes, very much so. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
Rhonda has a question.
I'm just curious as to what is the variable, if you like, between whether spirit comes in for speaking or philosophy, as opposed to comes in the form of transfiguration.
Yeah. Now, it comes down to, is it about you or is it about your potential? When it is about you, it is about what you want, what your mind brings to the party, so to speak. So you can come into this and say, well, Andy, I want to be a philosopher to share great wisdom like those of old. And we will say, okay, my friend, allow us to do this with you. You may come into this journey and also say, I would like to be guided about what holds the greatest potential within my mediumship. Do you see the difference in the two approaches? When there is a question of what you want, it may not be what you need. When there is a question of what is best for you, then it is about responding to that presence of energy, that presence of the impressions, the force, the influence, the essence of those that guide you. So if you say to me, I want to be a wonderful medium, bringing through evidence of those who have passed before me. What if going through that process feels like you are wading through quicksand? If it feels like it is an effort, like there is a great turmoil that does not seem to be alleviating. And then you sit with Spirit and you feel your soul being guided to sitting in the presence of allowing them to withdraw energy from you, to place it within your energy field. And you feel a great peace and a great simplicity of being of service in this way. If it feels to you that you have found your thing, your home, you have found your peace, do you see how responding to that which feels effortless should be a way of interpreting what is not a great effort? Effort is required in all things, but there comes a time that we should recognize when you are swimming upriver or downriver. The opportunity to get in the river is yours. But then there is a choice. If we go with the flow, we swim with Spirit, we swim with their influence, and we find that the journey is quicker. We are more fulfilled because we are answering that call of our own spirit. When we turn in the opposite direction and we say, I know where I want to go, it is to this place, it is upriver, and I will swim furiously. And I will tire myself, but I am determined to get to this place upriver. Who are you being of service to? Maybe to your own needs, your own wishes. But we would also advise caution against going against what is true to you, true to your nature. Are you a healer? Are you a speaker? Are you a physical phenomena medium? There also has to be an innate ability within you. What if the boy wanted to be an Olympic runner, but it is just not within his potential, no matter how hard he works, how much training he does?
he will never be quick enough. It is not his journey. Think about what is right for you, what feels right, what motivates you, not of the mind, but of the heart. Listen to the two voices. The mind tells you what will satisfy your needs. The heart tells you what will satisfy your soul. So think about what mind is talking to you. The one that you feel or the one that you hear. I think I've answered your question, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we have a few questions, but first Carol asks, how do spirit feel about so many mediums charging a lot of money for workshops or sittings when there are so many people that need a communication to help them?
Yeah. Well, this is a great issue for many. Now, if you are growing up and you are considering what will be your path, you may choose to be a doctor, an engineer. You may choose to work on the land. You may choose to do any number of things that are giving you a cause for joy, that are able to bring something positive to someone else, whether it is by virtue of that you are doing, producing a goods, you are carrying out a service, you are healing, you are repairing the body, you are providing counsel in law. Whatever you are doing has a value. What you must consider, my friend, if it is a decision that is made purely from you and your own mind and your own circumstances, that you are not within the great control of an organization, then the decision is truly yours. You can decide what you charge. And it needs to sit right with you about what is your worth, what are your responsibilities. To the best of my knowledge, no one lives free. We have responsibilities to those that we live with. We need to operate in this physical world. If we were just spiritual beings in a spiritual realm, money would be of no use to you. So you need to ask yourself, why do I need money? And the simple reason is that you need to live. Someone will not pay your fuel bills. They will not pay your insurance. They will not pay for your food. They will not pay for any of those things that help you to live a physical life. So should you choose to use your spiritual abilities, who are we to judge you upon what you charge, or if you charge at all? Is the ability to be comprehending law, is there not an aspect of your soul that resonates with this, that feels motivated to do it, that is able to comprehend it in a way that no one else can? Is there not a responsibility to fulfill your potential as a lawyer, or as a doctor, as whatever you need to be? This journey is one of testing yourself, testing your potential, working at it. Do you take yourself to places of learning, to increase what you know, to make yourself better? Do you do something positive with what you have?
Do you offer anyone anything that is of value to them? Does your experience with the boy bring you anything positive? You are investing in yourself, but also in his ability to work with us, to have the opportunity to expand upon his awareness. And the same is applicable to you. If you said to a stranger, I want you to value me, he would ask why, and quite rightly. You should value each other because of your humanity, but you must also value yourself. Is there not great toil within the development, the emotional investment that you place within your own journey? Is there not time at places of learning? Are there not courses and workshops that you attend in order to make yourself better? But your own humanity, your own moral compass will decide what is right. If the voice inside you says that this person cannot afford, is in need of learning, then do not charge if it is within your ability to take nothing. You are asking yourself a moral question. But life is not just about morals. They do not pay the bills. If you have kindness, charge what you need, not what you want. I'm sure there are opportunities where we could all charge more, if that is what we are doing. But you will know, that voice within you will know, when you are being unreasonable. When your mind is starting to rule over the soul, over the heart. Why do I do what I do? Because I care, not because I seek great riches. And remember, you do not take them with you. So why seek to accumulate too much? Make the journey as palatable as you can. Be reasonable in what you charge. And any question of morality will be answered by you solely, when you too pass the Spirit. Those questions will be answered by you, my friend, as we all answer the same. I hope that answers your question, my friend.
Okay, Sandra has a question.
Good morning. You spoke of God and our inner compass, and while we're here on this human journey, but can I ask, is the spiritual realm act in the same way with an inner compass and relationship with God?
Yeah, of course it does, my friend. Consciousness is about awareness. It is about being aware of the cause and effect of what we say and do. So do you not think that the moral compass applies to us as much as the boy? That the knowing of what is the right thing to say and do, it does not fade as the body fades. It continues. It has to continue because we are observing laws. This free will is my right to say what I want, but I have to be responsible with what I say. The boy is not responsible for what I say through him. I am. I hold that weight upon my shoulders. I may influence him, and he may choose not to say what I influence him to say. But do you not see that the moral dilemma is ongoing, eternal. There is that need to know what is right, to know how to conduct ourselves at all times. And who is responsible for this? The answer is we are. We are working collectively with Him. So we all have a moral obligation to Him. If He is seeking our counsel, seeking to share this wisdom, do we not need to be thinking in the most loving, responsible way possible? I would argue that we do. This is a journey of spirit, through spirit, with spirit. The only question is, in what form does spirit take? Humans are a great conundrum. You had this opportunity to live a life with as minimal pain as possible, but it seems like you are hell-bent on finding every way in which you can cause yourself suffering. From the point of view of you are right, you are wrong, there is a conundrum. People's perspective about what is right and wrong. Which country is the best? Who is right in a family? Who has more power? Who has the greater riches? Whose job is the best job? Humans seem to find many ways of bringing suffering upon themselves. What they're doing is walking away from the path of spiritual awareness and to understand that there is no USA. There is no Russia. There is only mankind, humankind, beating hearts within each other. A child born in China is the same as a child born in the UK. They are born innocent, loving, with great potential. As adults, we seem to fill them with a point of view, a doctrine, a way of thinking, a religion, a philosophy of life that works for us, because it is all we have ever known. We are moving away from spirit, losing sight of what we really are. Spirit's purpose is to find the commonality between us all. What brings us together? And the answer is love. Love is what binds you to those that you love. But it should also be what binds you with every member of this audience. It should be why I work with you, because I have the presence of love within me. Do you see the conundrum that we face?
Yes.
You have another question for Linda?
The word consciousness that we use very often when we are discussing what we call spiritual matters.
Yeah.
There's been many debates on where within the human body our consciousness resides.
Yeah.
Some think of it in the brain, because when we say someone is unconscious, it's a brain activity. Some of us feel it's in our heart. Could I just have your perspective and your knowledge on what the reality of consciousness is?
No. You know, as you look at the boy and he has nothing covering his head.
Yes.
Yes, consciousness is there. You cannot see his toes, but consciousness is also there. My friend, I am jesting with you, But the greater point is that consciousness is within every part of him. What we're talking about is where there is the perception that is within the mind, within the heart, it is a brain, within your stomach, those same neurons are aware. The intelligence is within many places within you. You can experience spirit within different parts of your body that do not even represent the part that you experience in them with. What if you hear through your stomach? What if you hear through your stomach? It does not seem to make sense, but you become conscious of everything. Thoughts are running through your mind only because that is where you perceive them. If consciousness was truly of the human, then how are you communicating with me? Tell me what use the body is. If I am discarnate, I do not have a body, what is happening? How is this even happening? Consciousness enters the body, it is perceived through your mind, through your body. It is felt, it is known. It is not of you, it is in you. It is with you. And when you pass to spirit, the overcoat of flesh returns once more to Mother Earth. It is surplus to requirements. That consciousness returns once more from where it started. In the universe around you, in everything, in the rocks, in the trees, in the fish and the birds. Where is consciousness? I would say to you, my friend, where is it not? And let me tell you, you will find nowhere that consciousness does not exist. It is eternal. It is everlasting and everywhere. I hope it answers your question, my friend.
It really does. Thank you so much.
Okay, it looks like the last question is for Tiffany.
Yeah.
Good morning, spirits.
Good
My question is about reincarnation. So I have the opposite problem. My development has been quick, a little too quick for my liking. And no matter how hard I try, it doesn't slow down. And my question is about reincarnation. I resemble a medium that lived before me that was quite gifted in the area of trance mediumship. And I don't feel overly connected, or I am that medium. But I just thought I would put it out there because my development has been so quick. Is it possible that in a past life I've done this before?
Well, let us speak about how we become aware of that presence. How does the soul work? How does it manifest its properties within a human? So let us say that we are this presence, this energy, this intelligence. Can we divide energy in half? I would ask you. Can we do this?
Think so.
Okay. So when we have awareness and understanding, if I told all of you the same thing, made a statement that I knew to be true, if I shared all of that wisdom with you, and you all had it within your memory, and you passed to spirit, would that intelligence still be with your soul?
Yes.
So if the soul chooses to have an experience as a medium from whenever, 100 years ago, that awareness and that intelligence can manifest within the new experience of human, that new personality, that wisdom can be within their soul. And what is to say, my friend, that I cannot then share that wisdom with someone else in 300 years' time in the future and 500 years in the past? Because where is time? Time is only in the present. Time is happening all at once. Past and present and future are not happening separately, they are all at once. Your intelligence, your wisdom, your experiences can be manifest within more than one person, even at the same time. So what is to say that there is not another Tiffany somewhere else that is saying, thinking, experiencing the same things that you are in that moment? What is to say that that wisdom cannot find another method of expression? Let us look at the facts. Life may be 70 or 80 years. You are on an earth that has had mankind for 500,000 years. What a shame it would be if your soul got to experience in humanity just once out of all of this time. Remember at the start I said you are actors in a play or a film. When the film comes to an end, you return to this spirit realm. But what is stopping you taking part in a new film, a new play, where you take on a different part? But that soul retains memories. You may have predilections to follow a certain path because what resonated with you then may still resonate with you now. But the means at which you got there is different to the original person. You have taken a path of suffering. You are taking a path of learning. And then you will take a path of sharing. Everything that you have experienced, my friend, has taken you to this moment. It has made you the woman that you are. It has allowed you to experience life in very different ways. What is to say that there is not a guiding influence of the person you speak of? Maybe that aspect of her soul that experienced her life is the best person that can show you what it is to live this way, to accomplish what you dream of accomplishing. As you speak to the universe will respond. Those that are with you are like you. Those that work with the boy are like the boy. There is an aspect within them that resonates with him. And certainly we know that there is a great deal of journey that have been taken by the boy with those that guide him. He is just another actor in another play. And what is to say that it is not the 10th play of his life, of his spiritual life? What is to say that he is just not a great actor that is accomplishing different things at different opportunities? You are only experiencing life as it is for you in this moment. You are Tiffany, but maybe 100 years ago, you were someone different, with a different approach and a different experience of what life had brought to you. Know that this eternal journey is one of reflection, of experiencing all that it can bring you, experiencing the great love and the pain, experiencing happiness and sadness. But understand this: life will never get the better of you. You cannot die, you can only transform. The caterpillar places itself within a cocoon, not because it is afraid of being the caterpillar, because it rejoices in that it will become the butterfly. Life is transformation. Every day will transform you and everyone within this space. It is how we approach the process of transformation. It is what we do with this sacred opportunity that we have as a spiritual being. How we choose to manifest all that is good within us. Embrace it and know that it does not last forever. And when your time for the return to the spirit world comes, look back with eyes that tell you, I did good. I made the most of my chance, of the opportunity. And here I find myself, and I can say that I am happy. And you rejoice in the reunion with those that went before you, until you decide that the time has come to experiencing everything once again. And there is the great journey that we call life. Now I hope I answered your question, my friend.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Spirit.
Now, my friend, have we come to the end of proceedings?
Yes, there's no more questions.
Very
Thank
well.
you.
Very well. Now, what we have had today has been an opportunity to share in what brings us together. All of you are pilgrims on this journey of life. You are trying to find your space, the hole in which you fit, the place that makes your heart sing is where you should be directing yourself. Think of what makes your heart swell with pride. But also, please, do it with love. You know the importance of love within the physical world. It is so much more important here. What you are manifesting is all that is great. And we try to infuse it within humanity, to get you to look out of every window within your home and not discern that there are people that are more deserving on one side than the other. Know that your thoughts, your feelings should transcend all political persuasions, all religious ideology. It should come a question in your mind. Why should I be different? The answer is you should not. See your neighbor as someone that you love. Sharing love with them does not have to be reciprocated, but know that even if words do not pass their lips, they will feel your love. You will have performed a great service to their soul. It will remember, even if the mind does not. And with that, my friend, we thank you for your time. We thank you for your love.
and we will allow the boy to return. May the blessings of the Great Spirit, that creative force who resides within us, may he fill your heart with joy. May he bring tears of happiness to your eyes. And may you know how deeply you are loved by all that you see and that are unseen. May those that you love feel that presence of love. And may you walk lightly upon the earth with respect and dignity. May you treat your fellow man. And we bid you farewell. Aho.
Okay. Can't focus. Right. Okay. I don't even know what I was going to say. It's gone. Any questions, observations, anything anyone wants to kind of say? Feel free to unmute yourself if you can. Ooh,
Andrew, thank you. This was the first time.
who's
I'm
that?
Tracy from the USA.
All right. Hi, Tracy.
Hi. This is the first time I've seen you. So it was amazing. The messages were beautiful. The questions were awesome. So thank you for all that you do.
Yeah, you're welcome. My pleasure. Just wanted to give something back to, especially those that have worked with me over the last year. You know, it's me about saying, do this, do that, work with spirit, connect to them. But also, I like the opportunity to do it myself. So, no, thank you for supporting it. Anyone else want to mention anything? Yeah, sorry, Linda and Tiffany. That's fine. We've got whatever time. Easy. Go on, Linda.
Andrew, you know, when we were having the session beforehand and we were discussing about taking that extra time,
Right.
and
Yeah.
you said you were going to do that yourself,
Yeah.
it seemed even more, I don't know, awesome. And the energy that was flowing, I had to struggle at times when you were giving the philosophy, and then at the end, that energy that was flowing from you, from your guide, was just so much more than you would have imagined it could be. So that's just an observation after what we discussed this morning.
Yeah, no, look, that's really kind. But as I've repeated it like a mantra to most people, and probably sick of hearing it from me, how do you know it's real? Because you feel it. It doesn't matter whether you guys are in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, wherever. Spirit is omnipresent, isn't it? It's everywhere. And so if I can connect to it, you can feel it. That's kind of what I want to say. So I really appreciate that comment. Tiffany, you had your hand up. Yeah, and
Well,
sorry,
my
Judy.
question is not, well, I love your spirit guide. And I like, and even my cat, like I know, how do I know someone's in trance? Because my cat will jump up and be around my computer. But my question is, when you come out of trance, and I have kind of the same thing, the first, well, even for me, like 5 minutes, right? I don't feel so right. Like it's a bit, ooh, right? So what do you do, especially because like you're alone, like
Just take your time.
sometimes to kind of get yourself back? Because that's something that when you wake up almost, it's like,
Well,
whoa.
yeah, it is kind of like I just feel space. I just feel spaced out. It kind of feels that it takes me a while to get my focus because my eyes have been closed. So when I'm looking at the screen, I'm kind of like trying to find where am I looking, and I just feel a bit. I just feel really chilled. That's how I feel. I feel, especially at the end, I felt a lot of love. It started to feel a bit emotional, and I was like, "Crikey, don't start crying." but that's how it felt. It felt emotional, then it just felt really kind of chilled. And it's kind of like I need to open my eyes and just kind of start to become back to this world. But it's absolutely fine. And working on your own, no issue. Never has been, never will be. My guides are my team. I build my love between me and them. That's all I need to do. I don't need anyone else's help. None of us do. So it's a bond, isn't it? So yeah, yeah. Anyone else? Sorry, Judy.
I just want to tell you it was beautiful, profound lessons, and I could feel the energy all over. But I also wanted to tell you that my spirit team was around me the whole time because they were listening as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I could feel them all around me.
yeah.
So thank you. It was beautiful.
No, look, it's yeah, absolutely. I mean, I work with you quite a lot, so it's that connection is kind of is second nature in a way, isn't it? Anyone else? So what did anyone notice anything, visually? So I know certainly Kerry, you mentioned what you'd be looking at for energy in that, because obviously Kerry's also a tutor of lots of different sort of types of mediumship, so I had to be on my best behaviour here.
Can I just say, Andy, it was so refreshing to watch you. It's the first time I've seen you, Dem, obviously in trance.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've seen you with your evidential mediumship, which, by the way, is fantastic. And to watch you, I'm going to be 47, as you know, and I've been in mediumship since I was 14, and I've watched many trance mediums at AFC, outside of AFC, many students, thousands lost track of. And watching you was really refreshing because it was just such a beautiful natural flow. And sometimes people expect a trance dem to be so full on and really feeling it full. Oh God, that's blowing me away. But yours was just such a passive and gentle energy. But because I could clairvoyantly as well as physically see the energy and was watching how spirit was working with you, it was so clearly that you was working together, and to watch it just flow like it did. I've only seen one other medium who's a student at AFC who works identical in the sense of the gap between you and spirit is just so narrow. And I observed that you had three different
Yeah.
spirits talking through you, and then when the questions came in, it was interesting to see which one stepped in to answer.
Yeah.
And I just loved watching that transition. But no, honestly, Andy, from the bottom of my heart, that was beautiful, really
Really
beautiful.
appreciate it. Yeah, because I know you've seen a lot, and obviously, especially with the work your mum does as well. So I know that you're certainly no newcomer to stuff like this. So I really appreciate that. And it is
No, and
interesting. Yeah, sorry.
no, I was just going to say, and the energy for me, the energy around your mouth was instant,
Mm,
and
yeah,
also within your mouth and your teeth and your eyes, and it was also the suggestions with the eyebrow, which over the years I've learned through my trance training and watching many tutors, that is a very strong aspect of
yeah.
trance mediumship.
I didn't know that.
And then at the end, when you stopped, the shift again, the energy, the shift of the mouth just disappeared and the softness reappeared. So there was, even though it was a trance demo, there was very much a
Yeah.
physical element to it also.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That kind of does resonate. Yeah, with what I've seen when I've watched myself back. I'm thinking, hang on a minute, it looks like looks like you've got a beard there, and I kind of do see this grey beard, but it's the same as what's on the guide. So as I see that kind of down my face, I'm like, hang on a minute. And interestingly, when I do sit in the cabinet, that feeling energy moving from my eyes, my nose, my mouth, my ears, and pulling from the stomach, that's something I experience. So it's interesting that obviously you don't know what I experience when I sit in the cabinet next door, but that's really similar to what I experienced. So I can kind of say to you, I really get where you're coming from. So yeah, that makes sense. Perfect. Sandra, what did you want to say?
I just want to add on to what she just said, because I noticed a difference in the voice depending on, were you aware that someone else was coming in to answer those particular questions?
Yeah, different guys like to answer different questions, and I never know who it's going to be. So I just come away and go, oh, hello, the voice has changed again. It's obviously they want to answer it. And sometimes they'll literally change halfway through a sentence. And I've just become aware, there we go again. But I don't try to control it at all. It literally is, once I start talking, that is as much as I'm interested in. That's it. Yeah. So it just happens completely guided by them. And the only way I can say it is the way they said to me, the person that speaks is the person that's closest. And they obviously know, they get an idea about who's best placed to answer the question. And they will be the one that just gets closest to me. And that's how it works that way. So I don't think I've ever had a dem or even practice where it's been only one guide, because there's multiple people work with me. So different folks have different, opinions, and the team are the same. So yeah,
It was wonderful to watch you work.
no, I
It was
really appreciate
great.
that.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to share anything you saw? I'm interested about what people saw as well. Anyone? Well, you don't have to. Or you can just,
I saw
of course, you see, Tiff.
your left arm, as soon as the mouth, as soon as the mouth starts to go, it's the left arm that will kind of
Yeah.
jerk.
Yes, they're
And
calling it.
I didn't know if I was, but now that the other two ladies said it, I thought I could see hair too, like a little bit of.
Yeah, that would make
Yeah,
sense.
but I didn't know if it was just me or if it was, but I definitely seen definitely a little bit of transfiguration.
Yeah, your spooky vision and you realise we'll be seeing stuff. And that guy, yeah, he's in that particular picture. He has got his hair swept back, and it's just that's how he is. Not that I don't get to see it unless I watch this recording back. All of this will be kind of a moot point because I'm like, well, whatever. I haven't got my eyes open. Anyone else want to say anything before I do let you go?
But I think
very much.
Oh, hello. Sorry, I got loads of people there. Yeah, stick your hand up. Say what you want. Yeah, June.
I just want to say thank you very much, as always. It was such a pleasure, and thank you so much to the people that asked the questions.
Yeah.
The answers were wonderful. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
no, great questions. I enjoyed them, but I had to not be too involved. Yeah, sorry, Kerry.
I just want to say, when you watch it back, you will see,
Yeah,
because we could all see that energy, we could all see that transfig, and not just clairvoyantly.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? We
yeah.
was physically seeing it. So I really do hope you do see it when you watch it back.
Yeah, no, I will watch it back. I'll be quite enthused to see what happens. Yeah, sorry, Linda. Thanks, Kerry.
Just a comment on the philosophy at the start when your guide was speaking.
Yes.
There was a part of it when it really resonated, and it was all of a sudden I thought they must have been they know, don't they, who's going to be here and everything. But I will say it, I had a bit of a meltdown a day this week, and to do with my age, living on my own and everything. And it was so comforting to hear your guide talking about that sort of human reaction, and that it passes. It's just when you're in that moment sometimes. So when you listen back, you'll realise. But it was just, I mean, I do trust and I don't not believe. But if anybody needed evidence of that they are preparing as well, it's nothing's just ad hoc. That was it to me.
Good. I don't know, because I was thinking, I don't know where they're going to go. Where are they going to go? What are they going to talk about? And to be honest, I can't remember what they talked about now. But
and some of it was about what we spoke. Some of it was about the topic was what we were talking about earlier as well.
What was that?
Came out when each of us spoke. It was about when you listen, you'll realise.
Okay,
When
yeah,
each of us spoke in class before this,
yeah.
there was like a topic running through it, really expanded on that as well.
All right, okay. Yeah, I need to listen to it back. I was going to say
Yeah.
my.
It just when you're listening back, you'll understand what my comments are about.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's fine because hand on heart, I don't think I can pretty much give you a clue about any of the questions that were asked. So I would need to listen to it back because that's gone now.
No,
In the-
that
So
was okay. That was just for you to,
Yeah.
for me to comment to you.
Yeah,
to
no,
get-
appreciate that, Linda. Bless you. Thank you. Sorry, Sue, did you have your hand up before I let people go? Or you're just getting warm? Oh, that's fine. You're cold. Turn your heating on. Turn your heating on. Stop rubbing your hands together to get warm. Guys, so if there's nothing else that you want to say, then obviously I will let you go. Thank you so much for supporting me over the year in whatever way. If it's me being a student, me being weird like I am, and you joining the classes, it's your fault. You chose to do it. But but thank you, and I will see some of you tomorrow morning. So we've got 2 more classes tomorrow, and then I think that's it before Christmas-ish. I think I can't remember. Or have we got a Friday class? No, we have got a Friday class, haven't we? Oh well,
And
it's not.
Tuesday.
And Tuesday, so it's not nearly it. Yeah, so we're nowhere near it being it. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Thank you, Judy, for being my co-host. And I will put the recording on my Faceache page. So if you want to watch it again or share it if you think anyone would be interested in listening to whatever I ramble on about, then I'll do it and we will whatever. All right.
and is it okay to share it, Andy? Because I
Yeah,
think it'd be lovely to share it.
yeah, absolutely. I'm going to upload it to YouTube, and I'll just send it to you as a Zoom link, so you can get it in the way that you send me links, and then you can share it wherever. That's fine. All right,
Thank you.
ladies, Matish, Paul, Kerry, Sarah, Rhonda, Caroline, Kaz, Tiffany, Rhonda, Linda, June, Pia, Sue, Judy, Andrea, and Sandra. Thank you so much. You are the reason I do it. And I will see you whenever.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Board in here. There we go.